A destroyed Russian tank's turret is seen stuck in the ground in Zalishia, Kyiv region, Ukraine, May 3, 2022. Reuters. Zora Ben Semra. Ukrainian servicemen checked the body of a Russian soldier inside a refrigerated railcar in Kyiv, Ukraine, May 13. Reuters. Valentin Ogerenko. A child stands on a destroyed Russian tank near Makarov, Kyiv region, Ukraine, May 7. Reuters. Mikhail Polinchak. A destroyed Russian military helicopter is seen at an airfield in the town of Hostomel, in Kyiv region, Ukraine, May 5. Reuters. Gleb Garanich. Sensitive material. This image may offend or disturb Ukrainian service members. Walk near the body of a Russian soldier near Kyiv, Ukraine, March 30. Reuters. Gleb Garanich. People pose for a picture in front of the debris of Russian military machinery destroyed in the village of Rusanov, Kyiv region, Ukraine, April 25. Reuters. Vladislav Muzhienko. Ukrainian servicemen walk by a damaged vehicle at the site of a fighting with Russian troops in Kyiv, Ukraine, February 26. Reuters. Valentin Ogerenko. A Ukrainian serviceman stands near the wreck of a Russian tank on the front line in the Kyiv region, Ukraine, March 28. Reuters. Gleb Garanich. Wrecks of Russian armored personnel carriers, APC, and military vehicles on the front line near Kyiv, Ukraine, March 29. Reuters. Gleb Garanich. Sensitive material. This image may offend or disturb. A Ukrainian serviceman buries the remains of what he says is a dead body of a Russian soldier in the village of Lukyanivka, in Kyiv region, Ukraine, March 28. Reuters. Serhiy Nuznenko. Destroyed Russian military vehicles are seen on a street in the settlement of Borodyanka, in the Kyiv region, March 3. Reuters. Maxim Levin. Scavengers search for useful metal parts in a destroyed Russian tank outside Kyiv, April 20. Reuters. Jorge Silva. A soldier takes a photograph of his comrade as he poses beside the destroyed Russian tank and armored vehicles in Bucha, Kyiv region, Ukraine, April 2. Reuters. Zora Ben Semra. The wrecks of Russian armored personnel carriers in the North Kyiv region, Ukraine, March 28. Reuters. Gleb Garanich. A charred Russian tank is seen on the front line in the Kyiv region, Ukraine, March 20. Ukrainian ground forces via Reuters. A Ukrainian serviceman walks past the wreck of a Russian tank in the village of Lukyanivka outside Kyiv, Ukraine, March 27. Reuters. Marko Urika. Ukrainian soldiers walk next to destroyed Russian tanks and armored vehicles in Bucha, in Kyiv region, Ukraine, April 6. Reuters. Alkis Konstantinidis. A Ukrainian service member inspects remains of a destroyed Russian T-72 tank in the liberated village of Lukyanivka, in Kyiv region, Ukraine, March 27. Reuters. Serhiy Nuznenko. Destroyed Russian military vehicles are seen on a street in the settlement of Borodyanka, in the Kyiv region, Ukraine, March 3. Reuters. Maxim Levin. A destroyed Russian armored fighting vehicle in the village of Lukyanivka, in Kyiv region, Ukraine, March 27. Reuters. Serhiy Nuznenko. A Ukrainian serviceman stands near the wreck of a Russian armored personnel carrier on the front line in the Kyiv region, Ukraine, March 28. Reuters. Gleb Garanich. Ukrainian servicemen inspect a damaged vehicle at the site of fighting with Russian troops in Kyiv, Ukraine, February 26. Reuters Valentin Ogirenko. A destroyed Russian tank is seen beside a house in Dmitrivka village, west of Kyiv, Ukraine, April 1. Reuters Zora Ben Semra. A wreck of a Russian armored personnel carriers, APC, on the front line in the Kyiv region, Ukraine, March 28. Reuters Gleb Garanich. A destroyed Russian T-72 tank is seen near a damaged memorial to fallen WWII soldiers in the village of Lutyanivka, Kyiv region, Ukraine, March 27. Reuters Serhiy Nuznenko. A Ukrainian service member stands next to destroyed Russian military vehicles in the village of Dmitrivka in Kyiv region, Ukraine April 1. Reuters Alexander Klyimenko.